and we want the name of the field, so let's do title. And then if it's not included, then we'll just say title field is required. Alright, and we have to put here at the end dot not empty. Okay, that's the rule. Okay, next one will be rec dot check body, and the field that we want to check here is actually the body. And the message will be body field is required. Okay, and then underneath that, we'll say check errors. And we want to call, actually we want to put this into a variable called errors, and set it to rec dot validation errors. Alright, and then we're going to check for that variable. So if errors, then we're going to, now basically we're going to render, let's see, we're going to render the form once again if there are any errors. Okay, so we'll say res.render, and we want to pass in here the name of the view, which is add post, and we're also going to attach some information, some variables. First one is going to be the errors themselves. So errors is equal to errors. And we also want to include the title and body, because if it's wrong and we re-render the form, we want what they put in to stay in the field. So we need to pass those along as well. So title, actually let's put quotes around this. And then we want to do body. Okay, so then we want to say if there are no errors, so else, then what are we going to do? We're going to insert the post. So first thing, we'll say variable post is going to be equal to db.getPosts. And this is the same thing we do for a find as well. Okay, next we're going to submit to DB. Alright, so posts dot insert and then we're going to pass in curly braces, and first we have the title, and we'll set that to title, and then we have body, category, what else, date, and author, and image, or main image. Okay, so that should be good. Now after that, we want to put a comma, and we need our function. Okay, function is going to take error and posts, or post. Okay, and then we're going to say if there's an error, then we just want to, actually, if there's an error, then let's just send some text. So we'll say res.send there was an issue submitting the post. Okay, and then we're going to say else. Then we're going to just set a flash message. So rec.flash, and this is going to be a success message. And the text will say post submitted. Okay, and then finally we want to redirect. So we'll say res.location. That'll be to the home page, and also res.redirect to the home page. Okay, so that should be the whole. What we need to do before we submit this is
request.
When we look at the form here, so we want the categories to come up in this select box. All right, and we haven't actually added any categories into the categories collection. So let's just do that really quick. The categories will only have one field, and that's the title. So we need to go to our command line, our regular Windows command prompt, and run as an administrator. And you want to go to MongoDB/bin. Alright, so let's use node blog, and let's do db.categories.insert, and we're just going to put in a title, and we'll say technology. Okay, and we'll do another one. We'll do fashion. Okay, so now we should have two categories. Now we need to get that into this select box. So we need to go back to the routes. We want to go to the add get. Okay, so the get request to /add. And we want to get the categories. So we can do that with variable categories is equal to db.get categories. Alright, and then let's say categories dot find by ID. Alright, and we want to pass in here the ID. Actually, I'm sorry, this isn't right. We want to do categories dot find. Okay, so find, and then we're not going to pass in any parameters because we want to get all categories. So here we want to say function, and this function will take, let's see, error categories, and then we should be able to render. So I'm going to cut this and put that right in here. Now I just want to add categories to the values here. Alright, so easy enough. Save. And then finally on the add post Jade, we need to let's see, select.form control. We're going to call the category each loop right under the select, and we're going to say each category I in categories, and then we want our options. So option, and let's see, it's going to have a value, and the value is going to be the category title. So we can use this hashtag curly brace syntax and say category dot title, and let's see, we want the text to be the title as well. So outside of the parentheses, category dot title. Okay, so hopefully this works. Let's go ahead and restart the server and reload the form. Okay, looks like we have an error with this option. Unexpected token, interpolation, expected text. Oh, I don't think I indented properly. No, I did. Maybe I need a space. Option value equals category title. Oh, alright, so we just needed a space there. And now you can see that technology and fashion categories are available. And that's coming from the categories collection. Now the last thing to do is implement the editor into the body field. And that's pretty easy. We're going to use CK editor. Alright, let's see, download. And let's get the standard package, which is free. Okay, that'll download. Whoop. We want to open that up. And let's see, CK editor. We want to take this whole folder, the CK editor, and put it in the public directory. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now we want to go back to the addpost.jade and go to the bottom here and say script src equals /ck editor /ck editor.js. Okay, so we're including the JavaScript, and then we want another script tag, and we want to indent and then put that pipe character and say CK editor. This just initializes it. So replace, and then we want to put the name of the class or the ID that we want to replace with the editor, which is the body field, and you can see we have an ID of body. So we just want to pass that in, body, and I think that that's all we need to do. Let's go ahead and restart the server and go ahead and reload the form. Alright, so there we go, we have an editor. So let's put in a test post. And let's see, we'll choose a file. I got this image here. And save. Undefined is not a function. Huh. So it should be somewhere in here. And it looks like I had 2 T's in validation. You guys probably saw that a while ago. So let's try that again. And let me see if the image actually uploaded. So should be in there. Uploads. Alright, so the image uploaded. I'm just going to delete it though because the post didn't. Okay, so let's reload this. Say test post, test body, save. Main image is not defined. Okay. Where did I put main image? Oh, right here. This should be this. Main image name. Okay, simple mistake. Hopefully that's the last one. post submitted, and you can see down here we have test post. Cool. So we still do need to add some CSS for the message, but down here you'll see the body. It's actually showing the HTML tags, so that is very easy to fix. All we need to do is go to let's see, we want the index view, I think. So we want to go to views, index, and where it says post.body right here, we want to put an exclamation in front of it and save. And I think that should let the HTML render. Yep. Alright, so we can now add a post. Now I'm going to have a second part to this chapter, and that's just basically going to allow us to add a category. Alright, so I will see you in that video.